Hey everybody, my name is Dr. Peter Gonzalez from North Point Chiropractic here in Brookfield, and thank you so much for joining us for this brief class just on why posture matters and how that could be influencing you and putting additional strain and stress on your nervous system, which can create a lot of different symptoms. So the thing that I have for you in a PDF, and you can see the link below this video, print this out, check it out, and we can kind of go over this with you. This is the personal posture test that you can do at home. Essentially, what you're going to do is close your eyes, march in place, and really just kind of see where your body winds up. And if you're checking off yes to these boxes here, to these, that's a sure sign that your body is under additional stress that it does not have to be. So for example, if we're seeing things like the forward head translation, where your head is sitting too far over in front of your body versus where it should be directly over your shoulders. If there is a tilted head, we oftentimes get things like headaches, migraines, vertigo, neck pain, even things like anxiety or depression or digestive issues can arise or be influenced by the additional strain and stress that's happening on the nervous system there because of the important structures that are happening. Same thing when we see like a high hip, for example, or a twisted pelvis, things like back pain, sciatica, numbness or radiation that goes into the legs or into the feet. A lot of times these things happen not because they're just some disease that you're stuck with. Essentially what's going on is that there is nervous system stress. Your body can no longer function or heal at 100%, so you start to get these symptoms as a result of that. So why is that so important? And the other thing that we have listed on the bottom here is, again, in the link, you'll see a PDF to this nerve chart. This is a phenomenal way for you to really just take a look, see where there might be a problem. If there's strain, again, with that head tilt or forward head translation, we see areas like this getting stressed out. Here's where the nerves exit, and common warning signs that there's a problem there. This doesn't always mean that you are going to have everything here just because there's stress there, but if it's there long enough or it's bad enough, your body will be under stress. Your nervous system controls everything. So if it's not functioning at 100%, how can your body do the same? With that, I wanted to just show you in terms of X-ray how that can actually produce long-term change and long-term damage if these things are not corrected. So let's say we see the, again, head sitting too far forward, from text neck, sitting too often. You know, in our modern society, we're pretty much always sitting on computers, driving, we're looking at cell phones, looking straight down. That's one of the reasons that we do like to look at children and examine them to see if there's a need for chiropractic care for them, is because they're staring at cell phones almost from day one. And oftentimes with the birthing process too, they're twisted or pulled out of the birthing canal, kind of weakens the structures. So kind of seeing what the curvature of the spine is doing, one with the posture test is a good first step. X-ray analysis is a phenomenal next move to see what is the real baseline to actually look at the structures in detail. So what you can see here on the far end where it says lifestyle care underneath the picture, this is what a healthy spine should look like. We're looking at someone's neck from the side, and when we're looking at the neck from the side, you can see this nice, smooth, continuous C-curve. And where those nice white arrows are pointing, you can see the spacing between each vertebra. Those are the intervertebral discs. Now those should be nice and plump, even, well distributed, and that allows for a nice, healthy spine so that the nerves can exit and go to all of the organs and systems and cells that it needs to without any interference. Now if that is damaged, if there's a misalignment present, if there's too much stress on that system that it cannot overcome, then what we start to see happen, as you can see in this middle picture, a straightening or even reversal of that cervical spine. So if the curve is lost, it's like a big bowling ball sitting over our shoulders that starts to sit too far forward, you can see where the white arrow is, a nice healthy disc, and where that red arrow is below that, you can see the spacing is almost totally gone, and there's actually some permanent damage that's occurred here. This individual does have some healthy parts of their spine, but as a result of essentially letting things go too far and not fixing them at the root cause, they've allowed this permanent damage to occur, and those nerves that are exiting from that level cannot function the way that they're supposed to. Now, what happens if we don't fix that? It continues to get worse. Then we go to this picture where it says no care underneath it. This individual, you can see a reversal of the curve. It's actually going the wrong direction. You see up at the top that white arrow where there is still a healthy disc, and you go to where those red arrows are, there's big bone spurs, major arthritis, and permanent damage at those levels. And what's happening to this individual is that their spine, their nervous system is extremely unhealthy. It has permanent damage. Yes, that person can get better and feel better and get some function back, but they will never get back to 100%. The difference between these people is not their age. The difference between them is how they took care of themselves and how they focused on lifestyle care in a more preventative type of fashion. So the person under lifestyle care, they went and saw a chiropractor through their entire life, focused on function, not just focusing on pain. That allows their spine and nervous system to stay healthy. The person in the middle with crisis care only, they actually focused on chiropractic care and more just based on symptoms. There's pain, they say, hey, let me take some medication, let me go see the chiropractor for this quick fix, but those quick fixes have long-term effects. So those long-term consequences for this individual were, hey, yeah, it was better than nothing, but they still allowed stuff to wear out because pain is not the first thing to show up. The first thing to show up is dysfunction, and over time, inflammation and pain starts to build, and with that comes scar tissue and some permanent damage. The person with no care at all, they basically said, hey, I've got some issues going on, never got that baseline, never checked what they were doing. They just allowed this to keep wearing stuff out until enough permanent damage occurred that they couldn't take it anymore. Then they're trying to seek help, which, yes, again, you can help that person, but like I said earlier, there is no way to get back to 100% if permanent damage has occurred. All three of these people, exactly 50 years old at the time of the x-ray, so it's not an old person, a young person, here's the difference. It's, again, how do you take care of your body now versus waiting for that major health crisis to occur? Make that critical transition toward lifestyle care so that your body can function at 100% for 100 years instead of having to make that emotional decision. Don't make that emotional decision later when you're focusing on a health crisis and trying to pick up the pieces and get out of that. Instead, focus on lifestyle care right now so that your body can function at 100% for 100 years. What I have below, click on this if you're interested in checking us out in office. In my opinion, this is one of the most important things that you can do for your health. This is the new patient special to be seen in our office. We're offering this to you so that you can get the exam, full spinal x-rays, and your first adjustment for just $50 instead of the normal $200 value that is. Why am I doing that? It's not because, hey, I just want you to come in and get some freebie thing. I want you to really experience what our office is like, get the recommendations that you deserve, see where the baseline's at. We're never going to force care down your throat. The point is so you can see where you're at, where things are going, and how we can correct that at the root cause if there is even any dysfunction. Personally, I went through this journey a long time ago. I was living in a place of, hey, well, I feel pretty good, but over time things just started to get worse. I started suffering from extreme migraines. I was getting about 2 to 3 days a week, and when I started seeking out chiropractic care, I found that customizing it to what the individual needs is key. I had been getting adjusted a couple of different ways, and it would help but not quite fix the problem, and then it took an adjustment that was a very specific technique that when I got adjusted, it instantly fixed the problem because I actually started sweating. My body had this big reaction, and after that, I just stopped getting the migraines. And knowing what that's like to be suffering with any kind of health condition, I know how debilitating that can be, and why I want to give you this new patient special and allow you to experience care in our office first before committing to anything is because I know what it's done for my life. I want to be able to change your life as well. So check out the link below, check out the new patient special, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. I would love to help you out. I hope this was informative, and we'll talk to you guys soon.